Hell yeah, dude. I love watching idiots.
On TikTok? Oh, it's
Yes.
phenomenal. Here we go.
Okay, this is to all the people that keep saying these poor jobs can't get anyone, can't hire anybody because no one wants to fucking work. Well, I just got fucking fired from my job for calling out yesterday sick and having a doctor's note, and I've never called out before at all. I tried to last week for the same reason because I have a chronic sinus infection that won't go away. They told me no and I came in anyways. So I call fucking bullshit. I worked really hard at that job. I did. I worked really hard, and no matter what I did, they always fucking like found reasons to make me like wrong and like say that I was doing shit wrong. I'm sorry, but like my manager was just complaining the other day about how no one shows up for their interviews, no one wants to work, and then she fired me.
Okay, pause. So, if that's really a problem, if they can't find anyone, like literally everywhere wants just warm bodies, right? If they can't get people to show up, you have to fuck up royally, right? Like
you do.
There's something we're not being told about this doctor's note situation.
Ask any shitbag employee like why you got fired. Or like, oh, because my manager's a dickhead, bro.
They always found some. I worked so hard.
And I work so hard, but they always tell me I'm wrong. It's them.
Like, Jake, stop stealing money out of the cash register.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me my company's policies.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me not to steal from my job.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me what time to show up to work every day. Not even my manager.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me not to drink on the job.
That's a true story.
We had a guy when I worked at Lowe's when I was in college. This guy, every day, he would walk out back, and everyone, like all the employees, the managers didn't. It was this old man. He'd walk out around the back of the store and sit out back with a 6-pack of beer and just kill it on his lunch.
Honestly, dude, if I worked a job where like it was one of those like low skill jobs, like
but he had to drive a forklift.
Okay, so yeah, I wouldn't consider forklift as low skills because forklift operators are the true backbone of the country.
Forklift. No, so he went out back. He would go, and then one day, like the shipping manager, like the back room guy, pulls around in a forklift because he was picking something up, and he just sees the guy sitting there on his stool drinking his beer, and he goes, "Do you work here?" And the guy just goes, "Nope." Just finished his beer, and then they fired him.
I mean, yeah.
Nobody told him how to live.
But no, if I was working like a job where, like I've Lowe's, for example, and it was just the guy that unloaded the trucks, you know what I mean? And he was in the back drinking, I'd be like, and he wasn't like a piece of shit, you know what I mean? Like he showed up every day and was
nobody snitched on him.
I'd be like, all right, cool, man.
Yeah, nobody snitched on him. No,
I didn't see anything.
You're allowed in most states to have. It's like the state like law, like code of conduct, like for employers, they have to let you have 2 alcoholic beverages on your lunch break. Now, here's the problem. Most states leave it at that, and they don't define what constitutes as a drink.
That's funny. I know the Army constitutes a drink where it's like a certain volume of alcohol.
Yeah.
So like 1 shot or like 1, 3, whatever. Basically a Bud Light. That's one drink.
Yeah, not like a double of rum and coke. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just like fill up an entire fucking.
Yeah, you can't just kill a bottle of Jack.
Glass of fucking Crown Royal.
Oh, there's one drink.
There's one drink, dude. One drink. I drink it in one drink. Ain't nobody gonna tell me my blood alcohol content.
All right, here I'll play our friend here. She of course has a septum ring and a lip piercing.
Of course. Does she have blue highlights too?
No, it's brown and it's like a light pink.
Oh, well, okay, so it's pink, not blue. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not like, but it's like
a pass.
It's like I don't know how to describe it.
Blue hair is more the political activist. Pink is more of the.
Pink is midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go.
It's bullshit. She can fire me for any reason too, because there's no like protection for workers anymore. It's insane. Like I've been fired 3 times in the last year.
You don't say.
And every single one of them they conspired against me.
You don't say. You've been fired 3 times. I don't know a single person that's been fired once.
I've been
My
I got
older
fired in high
brother
school.
would admit to me of like working in a grocery store and falling asleep behind the fucking shelves.
I got fired
work.
in high school.
Did you really?
Yeah, I worked at a call out center, like a survey place, and we'd call like people for and it was super weird because like I could tell when I started, like this is one of those places, and I'd heard about it because they hired a lot of high school kids, and I'd heard they bring a bunch of people.
Red flag number 1.
Yeah, it was
now red flag number 2. Call center.
Yeah, it was called like Epstein Islands. I don't know, something like that. But no, they hired a bunch of high school kids, and like I knew a lot of people that worked there for like 4 months, and then they like found like really weird reasons to fire them, and I thought they were all like this chick, whatever. But so I went and I called this guy, and this guy picks up and he's like, hello. I go, hi, this is because what we do is we would call people about hospital surveys. So if you stayed in a hospital or you visited a doctor in the last 90 days or whatever, we would call you and we would survey you on it. And sometimes it was like 3 questions, and sometimes you would have people on the phone for 17 minutes, and the only person more aggravated than them was you. So like you'd call them. Like I remember clicking through this one and it just didn't end, and I was like, you know what, ma'am, if you want to hang up, that's fine. Like I don't even care. But so I call this guy, and it's about like 7:30 at night, and he goes, is this? I'm like, yeah, I'm calling on behalf of so and so hospital about survey. And he goes, is there any reason that the hospital's calling me at 8:00 at fucking night? And I went, well, technically there's a law that says we can call until 9. It's a federal law. I said, technically there's a federal law that says we can call until 9 or whatever the time was. And the guy goes, well, you tell the federal government to suck my dick. And I went, why don't you do it yourself? And then I just hung up the phone, and I got fired over that. So unprofessional. I probably wouldn't have fired an employee for I've been in a management position. I probably wouldn't have fired someone for that, but mine wasn't as, I got screwed over.
You probably yeah, that happens. Sometimes you just got to take that L because it's worth it.
Yep.
Sometimes it's worth getting fired. Sometimes it's worth it.
Fired 3 times in a year, though.
Yeah.
It's February,
especially if you only work there like 3 months. I mean, that's
right.
Okay. You just don't put it on a resume. You know what I mean? You're
yeah.
Like, yeah, I was finding myself.
Student. I was in college. So my mom got sick, and now, So here we go.
Before that, I was never fired, and it's because of these new fucking policies about like
new policies,
workers protection, whatever bullshit. Like you don't have to give 2 weeks notice anymore, but they can fire you for any reason.
Okay, you never. So this person's an idiot. Like this is an idiot trying to sound smart. Is what.
Now let me ask you: does this TikTok have like a ton of like hearts and shit?
It was in like the thousands when I saw it.
So yeah, it's got a good amount.
Yeah. So. Here's my thing. This person's an idiot that wants to sound intelligent. That's what this is. Dude, when anybody's trying to explain to me how laws work, and then they use like the term bullshit to describe the law, usually I'm just going to be like, yeah, whatever you're about to say, I'm just gonna. Well, I mean, if we're talking about the ban on methamphetamines, I'll use bullshit.
That's somebody's like,
gonna tell me not to smoke meth.
Kid Rock's probably said that before.
Probably, yeah. That's probably him.
He may or may not have said that in a Chili's bathroom in Tennessee.
While he's fighting Justin Healy.
Yeah.
So here, a couple things. They've always been able to fire you for whatever reason they want. Most places don't, because that's dumb, because it's expensive, it's a pain in the ass, and it fucks everyone else over when you fire somebody unless you have a really good reason, like they were stealing or like being racist to customers or
a lot of big corporations too have it where like even though it's not a law that you like can't fire somebody for, like a corporate policies, you need to have like paper written up and
you've got to have because otherwise they get sued. And it's
not even that they get sued, it's like the fucking company will come down, like the middle management will come down and be like, why'd you fucking fire this person, dude? Like don't you know we have staffing shortages around here? Like what are you
that's
doing?
Exactly it. Is everywhere's always short staffed is what I've learned as an adult. Is everywhere I've ever gone, everywhere I've ever worked has always been short staffed. And so when you have these it screws all your employees over. The manager doesn't want to deal with it. Your manager does not, contrary to popular belief, your manager, unless you fuck up, your manager does not want to fire you because it is a pain in the ass because now they're going to have to start doing some of your responsibilities. They're going to have less people to cover shifts. It's just
plus
not
it
something
makes your
they
manager
do.
look like a fucking idiot when they hire a bunch of people that they end up firing.
Right?
Too.
Yeah, it makes them look bad. Like companies have to have good employees.
Dumbass. Yeah, it makes it.
So they've always been able to fire you for any reason as long as it's not race, gender, sexual orientation, or religion. They've always been able to fire you for that. 2 weeks. You have never been required to put 2 weeks in. It's just a common courtesy so you don't fuck over everyone. So
dude, the only job I've ever quit out of spite, I just called in that day and was like, yeah, I'm not coming back. And they're like, oh, are you just staying sick? And I was like, no, I found another job. I'm just not coming back.
Some places, there are some places like in the car business, they don't let you. They just fire you. You don't do 2 weeks there because there's no reason to. If you're
if you get fired too, don't you have to get the severance shit or whatever? Like they have to give you the fucking
unemployment, unless they can prove that you were acting illegally.
Yeah.
So if you were stealing, they don't have to.
A company would much rather prefer that you quit than they fire
for
you.
sure.
They don't
want to give you unemployment.
Shit.
Yeah, they don't want to give you unemployment.
The company has to fucking pay it.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me to pay unemployed.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me to show up to work.
Here we go.
I don't have to give 2 weeks notice anymore, but they can fire you for any reason without warning. So, yeah.
Who the fuck is they, bitch?
Awesome. Fuck everyone. So everybody that is on unemployment right now, that is not working, that is trying to make their own way, keep doing that.
Keep doing it.
Because if these fucking jobs are going to keep firing us for stupid shit,
that's what we're going to do.
Sick. I had a 99.6 fever, and the bitch told me
99.6.
That's not even a fever. That's not even a fever. That's like I sat in the car with the heat on.
Yeah, that's
not even a fever.
I walked up a couple flights of stairs, and my heart rate is slightly elevated.
I sat too close to a lamp. that's 99.6.
Oh my god, dude! If you didn't tell me that girl had pink hair and septum piercing, I would totally have thought that was fucking satire, because it would have been really good satire if it was. Yeah. But there's no way that's satire, dude.
She's trying to rally the troops too. She's like, everyone, keep it up. They're just gonna fire us for no reason. She's some civil rights leader. No one is getting okay. I'm sure somewhere someone got fired for no reason. There are very few people getting fired truly for no reason. You may not agree with why they fired you.
It's just the thing is most of the time, dude, you know what I mean? It's detrimental to a company to fucking fire an employee.
It's a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass. And it's dude, it's so much work to replace them.
No, you're correct. It's detrimental to fire an employee. So you have to be more detrimental to the job. You have to be more detrimental to your employer than having an open spot.
It's what do we have? Do we have an employment shortage in the United States? Do we have a worker shortage, or do we have all these dickhead companies just firing people for no reason all over the place? You can't have both.
Probably the former, not the latter. If I had to guess, it's probably not just companies being your manager does not wake up and be so who am I gonna fire today?
Fuck this bitch, I'll replace her tomorrow.
It's like I said, I used to work in management in retail. It is not fun. It is no one enjoys firing people. I didn't even like writing people up, dude. That was such an awkward thing. It's you have to go out and be cool with this person, and you're basically in there threatening their job if they don't improve.
If you've ever worked one of those jobs where it's you don't really need to have a lot of prior experience to work that job. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You've experienced it where they're missing some people and you've had to cover for those people, and it fucking is awful, dude. Yeah. When you are short staffed anywhere, it's god awful. So you don't, even the people around you don't want you to get fired, dude, because then they're fuck, now for a month I'm gonna have to pick up this bitch's fucking work while somebody else gets hired in 3 weeks and then trained for 3 weeks.
3 weeks if you're lucky, dude. Yes. Now it's 3 months. The job will sit there.
Yeah, because they have to do a background check. They have to test your urine.
I'm just talking blood before sample. You get applicants that don't show up in fucking, just scumbags.
Yeah,
that actually show up to interviews. All right, we're almost through her rant here.
To come in because according to corporate policy, you have to have a fever of 100 or more in order to call out. And I'm
because that's a fever.
0.4 points 99.6. I usually
just
run
lie
low
and
too,
say it
so
was
I
like
definitely
above a
had a fever.
100.
Right.
Excuse me? And can I also say this is a piercing place?
Why not?
They wanted me to come and stick potentially infectious, and they wanted me to be around people and be around needles and cough and shit while people are getting stabbed.
You got fired from a fucking piercing
She got
place,
fired
dude.
from a piercing place.
Oh God, dude.
A place. I mean, of all the places to get fired from. How do you get fired from a piercing?
I'm speechless, dude. I have no words.
And so, like, the way she makes it sound, I don't think she was actually one of the piercers. Like, because if she's just bouncing from, because those guys just bounce to different shops. It's no, like, they have falling outs and they just leave. But I don't think she was actually one of the piercers. Sounds like she was one of the front desk clerks. So literally, your job is to take people's money, answer the phone, and when someone comes in saying, I want a piercing, you go get the next person that's available and go, hey, this guy wants his dick, whatever it is.
Which is funny because I've been to a lot of tattoo shops and piercing places that don't even have somebody like that. You know what I mean?
Right. They do it themselves.
Whoever's fucking there just goes and does like the register and shit. Like,
it's not an essential job. Like when we talked about a year ago, essential workers, it is one of the least essential jobs. Like, here we go.
Yeah.
Piercing queen.
That's where I'm at right now, and I'm fucking flaming about it because why?
Flaming!
Why? I mean, my fucking mental health has taken such a fucking dive because I'm working my ass off for these jobs, like so fucking hard.
How do you work your ass off at a piercing store? Like, what are you doing? Like doing the piercings really, really fast? Like,
right? Yeah, like especially if you're not even piercing. Like how I am working my ass off, answering the phone. Like you don't even have to say here. What it is? This is.
I mean, my fucking mental health has taken
full of shit.
such a fucking dive because I'm working my ass off for these jobs, like so fucking hard. I have such good work ethic, and I'm still being treated like shit, and I'm still being told that I'm not good enough. How do they think that this is gonna end?
No. It's not that I have such good work ethic. I work so fucking hard. Anyone that says that sentence, I have such good work ethic, is a piece of shit. You don't understand. You're not being told you're not good enough. You are working the front desk at a piercing parlor. You are being specifically told you're not good enough to answer the phone and ask someone to wait until the next piercer is available.
Who the fuck is they, dude? She keeps bringing up they like it's this cabal of fucking employers.
It's big management.
Big management. All conspiracy from big management to get management to the office.
And I'm sorry, it's like this like you said, it's like this big conglomerate. Like I'm sorry,
but a cabal or they meet at night at a fucking bar.
It's like a Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, you fucking like they sacrifice a goat and then they're like, all right, who we
they sacrifice an employee.
Who are we getting or blue or what do they call it when you like cut out somebody? I forget the term.
Blackballed?
I want to say blue ball. We're gonna blue ball.
Blue balling.
We're gonna blackball this one girl here.
Yep, that's right. Let's take her down, boys.
She'll never work in this town ever again. I'm
sure there are corporations that collude against people and stuff like that, but I don't think a piercing parlor has ever been one of them. I'm sorry, I can't imagine.
You know what I mean? You got to look at like all the stuff surrounding this story, and you just are like, God, this is just some bitch that's fucking butthurt because she sucks. Like,
no, this is gonna be our new thing. Every week we're going to show one idiot from TikTok. I think it's great content, and these morons,
it's hilarious. Yeah,
just getting picked apart is fantastic.
I feel like Ben Shapiro. We're like these libtards on TikTok.
A man can't have a baby. A man can't have a baby.
It says right here. It's a baby. It says in the name, baby. It's baby, not a man. There's no man in baby.